Hi, welcome to Math 232 for this summer online session. Figure I'll show you some important things on the Canvas page and familiarize yours. I'll try to explain some of the basics of this class and how it's going to work. So anyway, let's take a look at this Canvas page here. You should be able to see my screen. So this first week's going to be a little bit different since this class is just starting officially today on Wednesday, the 26th of June. But our typical schedule is going to be, there will be a homework assignment due on Sunday night, and there will be a quiz on Monday night. And that'll be the standard schedule. However, for this first week, we'll push both of those back a couple of days since we're just starting up on Wednesday. So anyway, here I have homework 1 is due on Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. All these times are State College time. So make sure if you're elsewhere, you take that into account. Yeah, so anyway, as far as the homework goes, the homework will be done on WebAssign. Here's the class key I've posted here, and then a link to WebAssign. So you will need, I guess, a code from your book. If you purchased the calculus book new at any point, you'll have the code. If not, you'll have to get that through the publisher. And I guess there's a 2-week-ish free trial. So I'll try and remind you in a couple weeks from now. Make sure you get your purchase all straightened out so you don't lose access. Yeah, anyway, so that'll take you to WebAssign. It's not going to look like this for you, but yeah, I don't know. I guess the student view looks different. They just redid it into something new and fancy. But yep, here we go. First assignment for 232. And so anyway, yeah, that'll be that. First homework, like we said, due Tuesday, July 2nd, but otherwise after that, it will be due on Sunday nights at midnight. Okay, and then I guess we'll also have a weekly quiz. The quizzes last 1 hour and are taken through Canvas. And we usually post the quizzes on Thursday afternoon, and they're due Monday night at 11:59 p.m. But again, for this first week, we will push that back a couple days. So the first quiz will be due on Wednesday, July 3rd. The second quiz, and then the other quizzes after that will be due on Monday nights. Okay, and then as far as exams, we'll be using this online proctoring service called Examity. And so here's a Examity student guide that I've posted for you to get started. Essentially, you're going to need a laptop with a webcam is sort of the equipment that you'll need to take this course, and access to the internet, basically. And so here, this sort of walks you through getting set up in Examity. I encourage you to do this as soon as possible. Basically, you'll have to enter some of your information and show some form of ID and type in your name. It has some sort of fancy biometric ID type situation going on. But anyway, get your account set up with that, and then make sure you do a technology check. So the technology check here will make sure that you have sufficient internet speed, that your webcam works, and everything is fine with that. And so once you get your account set up, and so I guess the other thing I should say about getting your account set up is it's going to ask you where you are. You know, so if you're taking this course, if you're in California, you'll type in, you know, that time zone. And then from then on out, and when you're in your Examity, all the times will be local to you. So it will automatically adjust State College time to be wherever you are if you're taking this course somewhere else. So anyway, keep that in mind. And then after that, you can schedule your exam. So the way these work is basically there will be a proctor watching you on your webcam the entire time you take the test, and to make sure no funny business or anything like that. And so you have to set up a time for that to occur. Basically, we have a midterm exam that's coming up 3 weeks into the course, and then we'll have the final exam, of course, at the end. And so the midterm exam is 100 minutes. The final is 150 minutes. I'll show you the dates on the syllabus in a second, but I think it's July 13th through 17th is the window for the midterm exam, and then August 10th through 14th is the window for the final exam. So you have these 5-day periods where you can pick any time that's convenient for you to take the exam, and you schedule that in an Examity. And so I also encourage you to do that as soon as possible, just to make sure you're all ready to go, have your schedule set. If something really comes up and you have to make a change to that, there is a small fee for scheduling an exam within a 24-hour period. I think they call it on-demand scheduling. So, you can make some last-minute changes to your schedule, but I think there's like a $5 or $10-ish fee for doing that. Otherwise, Examity is free for you, included in your tuition, I guess I should say. Yeah, and so this kind of shows you what it looks like when you go to schedule. It shows you all the available blocks and things like that. So get going with that as soon as possible. So one of the other things I've posted here is this discussion board, Piazza. So instead of using Canvas discussions, what we've done is set up a Piazza board because, I don't know, I guess you're just getting here, 232 students. The same two instructors, me and the co-instructor, Dom, we're also teaching a section of Math 230 at the same time. And so 230 basically is 231 and 232 together. So like 232 is the second half of 230. And so we've been teaching 230 for the past 6 weeks. You guys are going to jump in and join the 230 students. And so we wanted you guys to be able to interact with each other. There's actually more 230 students. I think there's only around 22-ish, 21, 22, 232 people, but there's about 60 230 students. So we've made one larger discussion board for Piazza where you can ask about things. So let's take a look here. Essentially, it's just a message board. And where you guys can ask questions. We'll try to answer them as we see them. You can answer them as you see them. If you see a student who's struggling and fellow student who's struggling and you know how to solve the problem, you can post, and then we'll chime in that, hey, yeah, that looks good. The other thing is that this is a way that if you are not able to tune in live to the recitation sessions or the guided study group, I'll explain the schedule for that in a moment, you can ask us here to go over something. So for example, is there a good one here? Yeah, so just last week someone said, hey, could you go over homework problem 15 and the recitation tomorrow? And so we'll keep an eye on that. So as far as the schedule goes for sessions, this week was a little bit different because 232 is starting on a Wednesday, but usually we have lectures at 3 o'clock on Mondays and Tuesdays. So that's this right here. And so the way that works is if you're free 3 p.m. Monday or Tuesday and you want to tune in live to this Zoom room, so the Zoom room number is this, then you can do so. And so if you try that out, there's a little chat box. You can ask questions live and things like that and interact with us. But probably the way most of you are going to take this course is then watch the videos on YouTube afterwards. So we've already posted the first 2 lectures for this class. And so here you'll see the links to the YouTube video as well as the slides that we use to go through them. And so, yeah, lectures are Monday and Tuesday at 3 o'clock. And then we'll have recitation sessions, which are more just extra problems. I mean, Dom and I trade off on who does the lecture and who does the recitation. The lecture has more of the background material. The recitation is more just extra practice. So those are going to be Wednesday and Friday at 1 o'clock. And so if you have any particular questions you want us to go over, you can ask us in advance, or you can tune in live and just say, hey, can we go over problem 7 on the homework? And then we also have a guided study group leader. His name is Steven, and he does sessions at 4 o'clock on Thursdays. So again, just another opportunity to see extra problems and practice. And so for all of these, the Zoom room code So everyone has a Zoom account. Penn State pays for it. So it's a video conferencing system if you've never used it before, but you can tune in to all this stuff as it happens if you're available, or if not, just catch the videos afterwards. So right after I finish recording this, well, okay, no one's here, so you guys will be seeing this here. I'll post it down for this little welcome lecture. I have some helpful websites for visualizing. So those of you, I mean, you all took Math 231 at some point, so you know that a lot of this stuff is a little bit challenging to visualize in 3 dimensions. And, so I didn't import this page correctly yet, so I'll have to make sure to do that. But anyway, I'll have a few websites linked to there that will help you get some 3D graphs and visualize some of these things. I guess we could take a look at the syllabus, which now I'm realizing I think I'm gonna have to make some changes to. But anyway, so course format. Where is the book? So I guess I could show you that. I mean, it's of course the same book you used for 140, 141, 231, Stewart Calculus, 8th edition. You'll need a code, like we said, for the WebAssign. But here's the link to the publisher's website. I think a code gives you access to the ebook. The cheapest you could do is, I think it's around $100 or so. Okay, so then, yeah, this is what I realized I have to change. I think we're actually going to have 7 quizzes and 7 homeworks instead of 6. So keep an eye on that for that to change slightly. But yeah, essentially, yeah, quizzes and homework will be worth 10 points per week for each of them. And like I said, this will probably change to be 7. And we'll have a midterm exam, which, like I said, you take sometime between July 13th and 17th through Examity. The final exam, again, August 10th through 14th through Examity, is worth 160 points for the total of 400. So anyway, that's the grading system. But yeah, otherwise, there's not that much other here. I mean, as far as due dates go, we're really not going to extend them for any reasons, really. I mean, we're being fairly generous with the number of days things are up. Like homework is available for 6 days, quizzes are up for 5, exams are up for 5. And so by taking this course, you're sort of accepting responsibility that you'll get this stuff done within that window. So essentially, make sure you stay on top of things. I know for some of you, this is the first time taking an online course, but you have to take a lot of the responsibility, more so than you would during a traditional course. But anyway, make sure you get these things done in the appropriate windows. And yeah, I mean, can't think of much else. But anyway, here's where I would say, are there any questions? But nobody's here. Yeah, so anyway, make sure you watch these first 2 lectures, start working on the homework. On WebAssign, it's, like I said, due a week from, it's due July 2nd, 11:59 p.m., so a week from yesterday. And yeah, we'll be doing the recitation today, Wednesday, at 1 o'clock. Guided study group tomorrow, another recitation Friday. So hope to see some of you tune in live to one of those. Otherwise, yeah, let me know, shoot me an email if you have any questions on anything. But welcome to the course, and start making sure you get set up with Examity and WebAssign. Those are the 2 big things. All righty.